I feel like it's been forever since I've done one of these, but I think it's only been like 2 days, so either way, we are back. I think we're starting off pretty errand heavy today. We don't have very good luck, so I'm just going to take care of more of that stuff that we have that's sort of lingering in the background. I know one of those things is some traveling cart stuff, and we got lucky because 2 of the fish tank bundle stuff items were in the cart, and one of which we actually missed in the summertime, which is that puffer fish. So that's kind of nice. So we went into that. Like I said, we have a pretty big errand day today, and so we're going to do some geodes with the help of the predictor and some other CC stuff, as well as our house upgrades, so we can do more community center stuff, and then gift stuff to Demetrius. I feel like I've said stuff like 20 times. And then yeah, just kind of get back to the forage grind we're supposed to be on. It's been a little while since we've been doing that, and we need to pick that up again, just so that winter is a little more fruitful. I recently did a video with a ton of foraging, and in that video I made a really big mistake, which was selling winter forage seeds instead of just the winter forage itself, because the seeds are worth like half as much as the actual forage. So hopefully I won't make that mistake on this run, because that's a mistake I always make. I always thought the seeds were more profitable, so oh well, something new to learn, I guess. And yeah, so we used the predictor just so that we could more easily like pick and choose what geodes we want to open, like I've done before. And while we got some artifact troves, I just caught a sandfish real quick, because I also need that. And I think that is the last fish for that bundle, if I'm not mistaken. Which means we're actually pretty close to finishing up a pretty good number of bundles at this point. Or rooms, rather. So I guess we'll find out in a moment here. I'm kind of in the middle of like 2 or 3 different playthroughs right now, so this isn't as fresh in my mind as it normally is, so I'll have to jump back into this run a little bit more. And then I recently did a poll on here too, and it looks like after this is over, I'll probably be doing Stardew Valley Expanded, which I think will be fun because I've never done that before. And I don't really know when that will be, but it'll be, I don't know, maybe in a month or so. I don't know how much more this series has in it. And so yeah, so we're totally done with that, which means, oh, I guess we're not done. We need to get just a couple more fall crops, which should be any day now. And then we should be able to unlock a greenhouse, which would be really, really nice. So maybe another couple days and we'll have all that done, as well as the fish tank. And once that stuff's in order, we'll get the winter seeds and finish the crafts room. Is that what it is? I never can remember, but that bottom left-hand corner one. And yeah, so here's me speeding this up. I basically just have the predictor open on one monitor and this open on this screen, and I'm going back and forth and just, you know, deciding what stuff I want to open to get the most optimal results, and then donating it. I always try and keep that rainbow pattern inside my museum, even though it's kind of pointless, but I don't know, that's what I'm doing. So I was gonna try and get a ton of ancient seeds through the predictor, but it's really, really time consuming, and I think I'll just get ancient seeds like the natural way. So I'll leave that for another time. But since today is kind of a throwaway day, we'll just do some fishing and hopefully finish off the rest of that community center stuff. I know we needed the ocean bundle and maybe the river fish. And I can't remember if we already caught a walleye in the last video, but if we didn't, we'll try and get those next time it rains, because that walleye is only at night in the fall when it's raining, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I think it's quiet here today. They've been doing a pretty fair amount of like the road construction like usual, so I think they hit a problem yesterday with the natural gas, so they're not working today, which will be really nice. I'll be able to record some stuff and actually have like a quiet morning. And yeah, so I'm trying to think of what else I have to do. I think I just have to fish up a tiger trout, which I don't know what it is. It's such a difficult fish to catch. Not difficult in like the the difficulty, but in the rarity of it. So I don't know, it didn't take too long today, luckily, but like the last time I tried for it, I completely failed and wasted my whole day, so it's a little bit better today. And I think that's the only thing I needed. So just gonna go back to the farm and set up the sprinklers for forage again, because I've been kind of neglecting forage. I was originally thinking about putting it all down here, but I think I'm going to save that for more pumpkins. And so yeah, I started doing this and gave up. And I decided just to use the northern part of my farm. Eventually I think I want to get the furnaces all put somewhere different. And I know a good spot for the furnaces is actually at the desert. A lot of people will do that instead of at your house. I kind of like them in a shed instead. But yeah, so I put them here. I don't know why I left this in. It's kind of a long hoeing process, but it's not that long, I guess. And I actually messed it up. Yeah, I fixed it. And I'm right now I'm playing a playthrough where I'm using animation canceling or a mod sometimes that speeds up your animations if I'm on controller. And it's kind of hard to play on that and then come back to this playthrough where I'm not using that stuff. It feels a crazy amount slower. And I don't know if I bought a rare seed or not. If I did, now is a good time to plant it. I don't remember. I guess I'm just standing here for this sequence. Yeah, so I need to plant a rare seed so I can get the star drop from that old man. But I don't know, we'll see if I do it. Oh, I think the landscapers are here for the next door neighbors, so maybe not looking so quiet after all. That's okay. I don't think it'll get picked up. And I'm gonna DSG all this just because I have so much extra right now. I might as well use it for the forage so I can get a couple rounds of it in. I don't know if forage is impacted by the sped up growing from farming level 10. But if it is, I guess it benefits from that. And then I gotta get my wine cellar in order. It's kind of like, it's really messy right now just because it's still in process in the middle, but eventually it'll be all pretty and lined up on the same day. And we'll actually start making some decent money once we can finally sell it. And I think for the most part, for the rest of the week, we're just gonna do a lot of Skull Caverns runs. And we've been kind of lax on the runs for this style of min-max run. But we'll see where we end up. And we're only at level 8 foraging, which is kind of low for where we're at. We probably want to be at 9 by now. But since we've been kind of negligent about it, it's just the way it's going to be. Okay, it's not like the worst thing if it's not level 10, but level 10 makes it so all your forage is iridium and worth a little bit more. But more so, it makes your inventory a lot easier to manage. And so yeah. we'll start working towards that. I don't know if this run, I didn't see the luck. I think it was okay. I don't think it was that good, otherwise I would have brought bombs. Yeah, it must not have been that good. Usually what I'll do is I won't bring any bombs with me or stairs with me if the luck isn't very good. And I don't know if that's the best idea. I probably should always bring that stuff and try to get the most out of every single run instead of sort of ignoring these days that are not as good. I'm doing like an all mines run right now where all I do is mine. Sort of like the all I do is forage video the other day. And I'm playing that in a much different way, to say the least. But I don't know. I hope it doesn't burn me out too much on Skull Caverns while I still have a lot of Skull Caverns to do on this run. But I don't think it will. Just because the goals are so much different on that run. Overall, I mean, if this wasn't a very good luck day, it's a pretty decent run. As long as I get to level 100 with a little bit of iridium. I guess I called it quits early. So yeah, whatever. I'm always surprised by the things I choose to do, and I don't know why, but I always catch myself off guard. And I took the bus. I guess, see, I have to wait until winter, I think, to open the casino, and then I'll never take the bus home again. But I think that's a little ways off. I also killed some dinosaurs on that run, which I don't normally do. You don't get much of a reward from doing that. Like, for example, you don't get anything. You get like a helmet, I think, for the monster eradication goal. So there's really no point in ever killing those. Same with bats. There's only ever really a value to killing the serpents, because you get the napalm ring if you like using that. I use it sometimes, usually once I get to Ginger Island and I can combine it with something else. But I guess most of the time I just use an iridium band, a lucky ring, another lucky ring, and a burglar's ring. So I guess I don't even use the napalm. For a while I did a run where I played with like 10 ring. You can play with 10 rings, and that's a lot of fun. Just because you're so overpowered, but it's been a while since I've done something like that. I don't really do mods so much. Aside from like one I usually always play with, which is the skip intro mod. And that's just so you can load your game faster, so it doesn't really change anything. And then sometimes I'll play with the Stardew Valley, and that makes it so your game looks a little bit different, but overall it's really minor in the grand scheme. I always feel like I'm cheating or something if I play with any other mods. Like specifically if I play with, like, obviously CJB cheats, or if I play with like Automator, I kind of feel like I'm cheating the game. Just because it makes stuff so much easier. Or like there's a Skull Caverns elevator, which I think totally defeats the purpose of Skull Caverns, because you just elevator down to whatever floor you want, and you can just do it over and over again. And so there's really no challenge to it. Oh, so here's like an actual run. So I'm gonna staircase my way all the way down to like 100. And yeah, so I end up at 255 by 11 o'clock, and I have over 500 iridium. Like, this is like a real run, like an actual Skull Caverns run. And I must be out of bombs. Usually if I'm out of bombs, I'll start using like cherry bombs and just blanketing the entire area. And yeah, slingshot. So yeah, if the slingshot's out, you know that I'm doing an actual effort Skull Caverns run. And for over 500 iridium, that's basically 2 or 3 Skull Caverns runs. And so I don't have to like go as hard after this, because that'll be worth a ton of money. Oh man, I guess they are working today. I hear them. So maybe I'll just be able to record this and that's it. I hear a lot of like steel plates being scraped along the gravel, so that won't be very nice to hear, that's to say the least. And yeah, so oh yeah, this is a good run. This looks good. I always like seeing a ton of the little iridium nodes everywhere. It always makes me think of those Pop-Tarts from maybe the early, well, 2000s sometimes, like blue and purple Pop-Tarts. I don't know if they still have them or not. And what do I do? So I have another day on here. I wonder what I get into. I don't know, maybe just more caverns. I guess it's a mystery. We'll find out in like a couple seconds. Oh, I did upgrade my house. I know I mentioned that, but the only reason I'm doing that is, well, two reasons, I guess. I'm doing it for storage for my crystallariums and for the food, because you have to upgrade, or not upgrade, but you have to cook, and you have to have the kitchen to cook, or Ginger Island. And the cat got in the way, so I couldn't get all my jade, which is annoying. But yeah, so you can see I grabbed my bed, and I'm going to move all my crystallariums over into the bedroom, because I like having them in there. I don't really decorate the inside of my house ever. I don't feel like it ever looks that good, mostly because I don't like the furniture for the most part, so I kind of just leave it in shambles all the time. Oh, it's also Monday, so we can look at our goals of last week, which we actually did a pretty bad job of overall. I know we did the first crop, which we had to do, and we expanded, but we didn't get to 2K, and we didn't earn all our money. We didn't finish all those bundles, and I don't even think we have a rare seed yet, so did we plant it? I don't know, I edited it weird. So we have a lot of new stuff we gotta do. And I am gonna upgrade that last coop so I don't have to tend to the ducks as closely. Oh, I did plant a rare seed. It was up there anyway. So yeah, we need to get our money for our second and third pumpkin crop, which is like 300 grand. We have to expand a little bit more just to get some more pumpkins out there and get our winter seeds and our ancient seeds started as soon as we get a greenhouse, which will allow for a lot more money coming in. And then we have our first harvest next week, or next episode. So that'll be cool. We should be able to get all this stuff really easily. And while we get the ancient seeds started, we'll also use the greenhouse as like a starfruit greenhouse as well. And maybe some foraging stuff too. That way we can kind of catch up on the progress we've been lacking when it comes to forage. And starfruit obviously is always good for money, so we'll do that as like a temporary crop as we slowly expand our ancient fruit. Because at this rate, we won't even have ancient fruit until winter time, so it's kind of on the back burner of things I'm thinking about. Because I know I've mentioned it before, but I'm not going to do perfection with this file. I have a lot of other files that I've min-maxed the first year on, and I would probably choose one of those, or I would choose another one, which is where I slept for the first 100 days, and then I like prepped for the 1 year perfection route. So I think I'll do a 1 year perfection route, maybe as a single video or a series, maybe during, or I don't know, maybe as I play the expanded thing. That might get too complicated, so I'll decide later. Because I know like on that poll I did, oh, I'm catching the walleye, sweet. And on that poll I did, the two main voting points were Stardew Expanded and Perfection, so I guess I have a decision to make. And yeah. The walleye, I think I catch it tonight. That's what I'm trying to do at least. This song, I don't like this song. It's like the Volcano Mines song. It's a little... I don't know, it doesn't fit the vibe of what I'm doing. Like fishing is a very lax thing compared to this particular music. But it's been so long that I've been in the Volcano Mines with the appropriate music playing. It's kind of nice to hear at least. But I don't know. It's kind of unimportant. But yeah, so that's the end of that. I think, yeah, next episode will be, I think, a big one, because I think I'll get a greenhouse. I think we'll also harvest our first harvest. And that'll put us in a really good shape for pretty much everything, so stay tuned for that, I guess. See ya.